Hey, welcome into the After Party, the weekly coaches show following Friday night tailgate party. We got Jeff Rowe from Orangefield in the hot seat. Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So district play slowly winding down, the regular season coming up here to a close in just a few short weeks. How would you rank your guys' performances?
Yeah, so far so good. 4-0 in district. We've been playing really well. Playing the goal, you know, as we started the season a little rough, first 3 games pre-district, but I told him from the get-go that, you know, I knew it'd be a work in progress, and the goal is to be ready to play when district got here. And I think we've done that. I think we got some things fixed and figured out in pre-district, and now I think we're playing pretty good football now in district, sitting at 4-0. So, but we still got some work to do. We still got 2 more games, so looking forward to those.
What were some of those preseason challenges for your guys?
Well, the challenge of changing the offense they've run for all those years, and we've changed some things on defense too. So with all the new changes and everything, I'd said in several interviews pre-district, I knew it was going to be a work in progress. I knew it was going to take a little bit of time for them to understand our schemes and what we're trying to do. And it took a couple games for us to figure it out. But I think once district got here, we started figuring some things out and we started playing better football.
I think sometimes when you do have a new head coach, it can be hard for kids to kind of meet those new expectations that, you know, he or she has set forth. But I think the Bobcats have really blossomed, like you said, in district play. What's kind of been the secret sauce to keep them consistent?
Well, we talked a lot about, we've talked a lot about offense, defense, and changes we made schematically. But the big thing to me is after Bridge City game, we had a lot of talks and meetings about what it would take for us to start playing better. And I think as a whole, you know, there's a little bit of selfishness going on early in the season. I think as a whole, they just started having fun and playing together and playing for each other. I think that was the biggest thing in the turnaround is how we started attacking practice now and how we're playing the game. And you can tell it just looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. We're flying around, playing hard, playing together. I think that's the biggest thing that's changed.
We always want our teams to be player-led. You, I know, are a former OC. You mentioned it earlier, trying to change the offensive scheme from what the Bobcats maybe have been used to in years past. Who has kind of stepped up as a leader on your offensive line?
Oh, the offensive line? It's a pretty senior-heavy group. I'd say Ethan Brown is one of the leaders, and he's really not a big talker. He kind of goes about his business and does it by example. He's a really good football player. And a lot of those guys are like that. Daniel Wilbur's another one. They just work. They just go to work. They don't talk a whole lot, that O-line group. But they've really come together. They are really playing good football now. And you look back early in the season to where we were week 1, week 2, we've come a long way with that group. Probably any biggest improvement of anybody on the team, any position group. They're doing really well. They work hard. They're really coachable. It's a fun group to be around.
And we know that good offense comes from good defense. They kind of feed into each other a little bit. And I know it's as cliche as that sounds. You guys have had quite a few shutouts so far this season. What's been the power behind your defense?
Yeah, those guys are flying around. They are doing an unbelievable job. The defensive coaches are doing a great job. Those kids are playing hard. They're getting to the football. We're not the biggest unit, but they play really well together. They play physical, they play fast. We've got some really good football players over there. Caleb Menard is probably leading the district, I bet, in sacks and tackles for loss. Our linebacking core, man, those guys have a ton of tackles, each one of them. Logan Trahan and Carson Worthy, Caden Knott. And they're making a lot of the plays, but really the unsung heroes of that group is the defensive line. They do the dirty work, don't always get their name called. But those guys up front are battling. They're controlling the gaps and winning up front. So they're doing a really good job up front too of helping those linebacking core.
Looking ahead on the calendar, you have East Chambers coming up on November 1st. And obviously every team is in the hunt for your top spot in your district. What have you seen on film that you're anticipating from that squad? They're
explosive on offense. They've got some speed. They've got some guys that can really go when they get the ball in their hands. Same thing in the secondary. And one thing I noticed with those guys is they're like us. They just play hard, and they're very well coached. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge with a group like that plays as hard as they do, and the speed that they'll present and the playmakers they got.
4-0, you'll be fresh off of a bye. What do the Bobcats need to do to wear that district crown at the end of the year?
We just got to keep working and getting better. It's been the same formula every week. It's just go to work, win that game, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We preach it to our guys. We've got to get it done in practice. We've got to keep getting better. We've got a bye week, and we want to rest up and heal up a little bit, but at the same time, we got to continue to keep getting better even through the bye week, leading into that following week when we play those guys. So if we'll keep doing that and keep improving, that's the goal, then I think we'll be okay.
What would it mean to you to, come in your very first year at Orangefield and be able to walk away district champs?
Oh, it'd mean a lot. It'd mean a lot, but to me, I don't think for myself. I'm more about it mean a lot because of seniors. It mean a lot because of these coaches and all the work they've done. That's why it mean a lot to me, But yeah, in the first year, coming in very unexpected. So if we can pull that off, but it'd be huge. But we've got 2 more ball games to go, 2 more big games. So we'll see where we go.
Well, best of luck to you against the East Chambers Buccaneers. We'll be certainly watching all the action on Friday night tailgate party, and you all at home can tune in after the late night news at 10:35.